This is MADMAN Review, and I'm your host, Andrew. Our topic today will be the best workhorse shotguns. All of these shotguns we're going to discuss here are out of production by now, but nevertheless worth to own. They might not be tacticool, but they are doing their job reliably. This is why they are workhorse shotguns. So, without further ado, let's jump right into it. Benelli H&K Super Black Eagle. The Benelli H&K Super Black Eagle, made by Benelli and imported by H&K, is a fine gun to be had. There is not one waterfowler out there who does not appreciate the name of Heckler & Koch on this shotgun. However, H&K stopped the import of these shotguns in 1997. They can still be found sometimes, and if you do not stop yourself from buying them. The Super Black Eagle shoots very well and works just flawlessly. It is one of the most reliable auto-loading inertia-driven shotguns ever made. With the right choke, there's no problem to get this load where it has to be. Beretta A390 Gold Mallard. Regardless is one of the best autoloaders in 3 inches, it's a step up from the better-known silver Mallard. The gold version comes with picturesque inlays visible on the receiver and a gold bold release as its trademark. It's very reliable. However, sometimes a very light load might not cycle the action as well as heavier loads. It can be found in 12 and 20 gauge. Kind of looks like a Benelli thanks to the square back of the receiver. However, on a closer look, it's 4 and shows its difference by being bulkier than the Italian gun. One of the best attributes is that even beginners have no hard time being on target with this gun. This even holds true when it comes to shooting clay birds. This makes it a very good entry gun. Besides that, it's just a beautiful workhorse that does what it's supposed to do. Beretta Xtremaz 2. The Xtremaz 2 is an ultra-reliable gun. This made it in the preferred shotgun for saltwater duck guides. In these harsh conditions, everything made out of metal will be on point start to rust. However, with the Xtremaz 2, this is no problem as it still shoots straight. The gas system is finely calibrated and can even handle 1-ounce loads. Was actually not recommended to try. It can shoot 3.5-inch shot shells much better than it can fire 2 3/4 target loads. It's available in hardwood or black synthetic. These guns have been frequently used and abused, what can be seen by their worn-off finish. However, they still are able to do their work as expected of them. When new, they can be had for $1,000 a piece. Nowadays, they're available for $600 to $800. Browning Auto 5. The Browning Auto 5 is being produced again, but it is the discontinued Belgian Auto 5 that became one of the most famous shotguns with a recoil-driven action. The production run in Belgium went on for about 75 years, and it's still very popular today, mostly with duck hunters. Using slugs, it's very useful when hunting deer. The Auto 5 is considered to be the first actually successful semi-auto shotgun. It was built by FN and Remington, with the latter being named Remington Model 11. After the contract with Remington expired, Belgian-made Auto 5s are imported to the U.S. until production ceased completely in 1999. Browning Superposed. The Superposed, designed by John Moses Browning, hit the market after he passed away. It was his final work that his son Val finished for him and put into production after his passing. It lasted until the early 1980s. However, until today, it can still be had through Browning's custom shop. Originally, it was available in different grades from 1 to 4. Grade 1 came with double triggers, but a single trigger, selective or not, was an option. Also, a twin single trigger with 1 single for each barrel was also available. This was later discontinued when the single selective trigger was developed. The Superposed came, of course, in 12 gauge, but also in 20 and 28 gauge as well, and 410. In World War II, production ceased in Belgium when the Germans took over the factories of FN. The ones produced in the USA from the 1950s are considered to be some of the best. Franchi AL-48. The Franchi AL-48 is a very light and even one of the lightest Italian-made shotguns. It's perfect for small-framed hunters and weighs only 5.5 pounds. It has a long recoil semi-auto system that mitigates the recoil very well. While being available in 12 gauge, you can also get it in 20 and 28 gauge. As a walk-in hunter, you cannot find something better as you do save some serious weight here. For upload hunting, a 28 gauge AL-48 with a 24-inch barrel is highly recommended. Ithaca Mag 10. In 10 gauge, the Mag 10 is great for hunting ducks. Built like a tank, is gas operated, and comes with 32-inch barrel. This 3.5-inch gun weighs in at 11 pounds and has a length of 4.5 feet overall. Its original production run was from 1975 to 1989. After that, the design was bought by Ruger, who continued production under the designation SP-10, which is very fitting as well. Owning one, you should be careful not to shoot steel shells, as some of the models cannot handle it. What you can and should use are bismuth or tungsten shells. Remington 31. The Remington 31 is a pump-action shotgun. It was conceived as an answer to the Winchester Model 12. It's durable and high-end. It action slides smoothly as butter thanks to a time-consuming and intricate craftsmanship that went into it. However, that was also its downfall, as it meant high production costs, and this right in the era of the Depression. This meant that the reign of the Winchester Model 12 could not be broken and has sold 5 times the numbers of Remington Model 31. Remington offered the 31 and 12, 16 and 20 gauge plus and 35 different options, but it was to no avail. In 1949, the production ceased. Remington 1100. A beautiful checkering on the stock and forend makes this gun stand out apart, of course, from it being also a truly reliable workhorse. Its future is as best unknown. Produced by Remington Arms, which is owned by the Round Hill Group, it's not totally clear yet if it will be continued or not. If the decision is made to go on producing it, it will most probably be in simpler version, so that this beautiful look is most probably not to be found anymore in a new production sample. It first came out in 1963 and it was available in 410 bore, as well as 12, 16, 20, and 28 gauge. It was meant to replace the Browning-based 1148, Sportsman 58, and Model 878. This gun was very popular, especially in the 1970s and 80s, especially among trap and skeet shooters. In 12 gauge, its weight is below 8 pounds, but it is as a gun very barrel heavy. That means that shooters can easily swing it around and bring it on target. Winchester Model 42. Based on the Model 12, the Winchester Model 42 was the first pump-action shotgun in 410 ever to be mass-produced. There was 165,000 made, and today, if they are in good condition, they fetch a good price. That's because they are considered to be a collector's item. Bad thing is that many of them are not in good condition anymore. That comes as no surprise when you take their age into account that reaches or even crosses the 90-year mark already. The production ran until 1963 for Winchester. After that, FN, the parent company, Browning, and a gun maker from Japan by the name Iroku built 6,000 replicas in the 1990s. Of them, only 850 carried the name of Winchester. The rest came to be known as Browning 42s, which, being fine guns themselves, their value does not approach that of the original ones.